Do you know your child's favorite Disney movie may be teaching them more than just be yourself? Now, from Elsa's independence in Frozen to May's rebellion in Turning Red, Disney stories are packed with hidden messages that shape how children think about family, culture, and even identity. And today I'll be breaking them down from the African lens. Right? Let's start with Frozen. Elsa's story basically talks about her uniqueness, but critics argue it has an undertone that encourages kids to question traditional boundaries of family and authority. Right? The song Let It Go has been described as an anthem of self love, love for oneself above family, community, and others, right? Now, in Africa, our cultural values emphasizes family, community, and respect for elders. So, while a Western child may see Elsa as a hero, an African child might begin to feel torn between independence and community responsibility, right? And going to Moana, on the surface, actually, Moana is a beautiful story about courage and leadership. But notice this, right? Moana disobeys her parents to follow her calling. Now, you might ask, so what's the hidden message there? It simply means parents don't always know best. Now, of course, there's value in children discovering their own path, right? But in the African household, where obedience is strongly emphasized, this storyline can create tension, right? Making children feel that disobedience equals bravery. And then going to Turning Red talks about a 13-year-old girl navigating puberty, identity, and generational clashes. But here's the twist, right? The movie subtly normalizes rebellion against parental authority and celebrates it. Now, believe me, puberty conversations are necessary, but in many African homes, this subject is treated with sensitivity, right? Mostly between the mother and the girl child, the father and the boy child. Now, the father and the boy child, which we all know rarely happens, now that is a different topic in itself because I feel like the conversation should go both ways for both parents. Right now, back to our movie. The movie Red, Turning Red, pushes children to see their parents as outdated and overly controlling instead of teaching respect while still embracing individuality, right? Now, so why am I pointing all this out? So the truth is, because children rarely watch these movies and think critically. Children don't watch and think. They watch and absorb. They watch and want to become, want to, practice what they watch. And when they absorb these ideas, it begins to shape their worldview. Their worldview in the sense that the way they think, the way they react to things, the way they relate to things and to people. Right now, when Western studios design these stories, I'm pretty sure they don't have the African culture or the Africans in mind, right? But our kids are watching and our kids are definitely listening. That's why, as parents, guardians, and educators, we must filter, guide, and contextualize what African children consume, right? Now, this is where I believe African stories come in, right? When a child watches picture stories from the imaginative tales and wonder or stage play at the imaginative theater, they see lessons wrapped in fun, morals, and cultural identity, the African cultural identity. Now, our stories emphasize community, morals, values, respect, tradition, and culture from the African perspective. Now, don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean children cannot enjoy Disney, right? What I'm simply going towards is balance. Now, pairing global entertainment with local storytelling. Stories like this and this and this and this and this as well. So, parents, next time your child sings let it go, or tells you they want to be like Moana, right? You need to pause, ask them what they learned, what they understand by the story, and guide them within the context of your values as a parent. Now, here's my challenge to you, parents, guardians, and caregivers out there. Um, don't just let Disney do the teaching, right? Don't just let Disney do the media teaching. Read them African books, read them African stories by African authors, right? Like I said previously, it helps balance. It helps balance um their media and the content in which they absorb. Now, my name is Imaji, and I'm shining a light on what children watch and how it shapes their worldview, especially African children. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video to as many parents, guardians, and caregivers that you know. Because when it comes to children's entertainment in Africa, we must stay awake.